Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat. Smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. How's it going? Guys, I think my webcam's blurry. Hang on. I gotta deactivate and reactivate. Good? I think we're good. We're good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Bitcoin took a little dumperoonie. Which is quite comical because this little retrace target from Lord knows how long ago actually was hit. So, I mean, if that's the bottom, then I gotta get some credit, you know what I mean? Billy, Lady Gaga's Italian, I'm Italian. I'm pretty sure that makes me Lady Gaga. Have you ever seen me and Lady Gaga in the same room together? I'm just saying. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, what a day. Wow, I agree. Beautiful day. I got some really crappy news, actually. Turns out, the insurance company is not just going to write me a check for my van. They want to total it. And the process of getting the salvage title turned into a rebuild title is a really big pain in the butt. So, yeah, I get to decide what I want to do. I kind of just want to buy a new vehicle. But that also sounds like a process. So I don't know. I'm just thinking about it right now. Anyways, Bitcoin currently trading at 106,623 and 45 cents. We liquidated all of the bulls that were long from the downside. And now we got to refresh our liquidation heat map and see what's going on. Guys, make sure you smash the like button. It really helps the channel. With the current market conditions, we've been getting pretty poopy views, and it's incredibly discouraging. So, I need a little bit of that like button encouragement. We got 105,779. 105,779. Not to mention daylight savings completely effed the daily the daily close contest. 105,197. Hopefully I can get a handle on whatever my schedule is doing. All over the place right now. 103,617. So there's some weird Binance FUD I heard. With Wintermute. 107,026. Which is interesting to me. There's also, we got a quote from President Trump stating that he wants America to be like crypto number one. 109,021. So I thought that was interesting. What the hell is this? Get out of here. What are you talking about? Session disconnected. Is it this one? 109,021? 109,021. I think that's the one. Okay. All right. Okay, yep. 109,021. And there's nothing really in the middle. I guess I'll go right here. 107,358 for the last one. Okay, I like that. G Immortal said crazy start November 106,696. We are not doing the daily close contest at the moment, G Immortal. We missed it. It was hour, or I guess technically it was 49 minutes ago, but the start to it was an hour and 1 minute ago. So I apologize for that. Or I guess no, it would have been also 59 minutes. It would have been 59 minutes ago for the start. JJ man. Okay. Anyways, upside definitely has more liquidation. Well, no, it's actually looks like downside has more liquidations. I don't know, man. I don't know. If this is to be blamed on anyone, if you wanted to try to blame the bulls, I suppose you could. We got bullish div, which is great for a temporary reversal, bad for longer term. This bullish div does kind of point to the RSI continuing to trend up while the price continues to trend down. Tyler said, wait, what the F for real? What? Degenaire said Wintermute suing Binance was fake news. Yeah, I figured. What are you talking about, Tyler? For the daily close? Daylight savings. The daily close is now at 7 p.m. EST. It is 7:50 p.m. EST at the moment, which means the daily close was 50 minutes ago. So yes, thank George Bush. Thank you, George Bush. Or whatever, the farmers of America that decided daylight savings was a good idea. So, no daily close count. We missed the daily close. It happened already. Yep. ETH is up 0.45 since the daily close contest. It didn't happen. Tyler said, I don't like that. I don't like it either. It also bothers me equally. But work, you know? We gotta the fiat minds call. If we had 2,000 subscribers, then I might make enough to justify telling my boss to F off. Heck yeah, Arizona, no daylight savings. That is nice. Tyler said, that means I'm either entering or leaving work again. That blows, I'll miss 90%. Please restore daily close content ASAP. You're putting my winning record in jeopardy. That's not gone. It's just the schedule. Like, effed up everything. Because now I'd have to get home by 6. Why does this keep doing this? Oh, now it's ad blocker. I literally have my ad blocker disabled, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Anyways, ETH is trading at 36.23. Got a little dumperoo on ETH as well. My bottom guess for Q4 2025 or Q1 2026 is 35.42. Why? I have no idea. But it does look like that hit. We could just do 8. Yeah, but there's no meaning in that. That's just an arbitrary time. The daily close contest that would be the 8 p.m. EST close contest. We only need the candle, not the actual time. I disagree. It is the daily close contest, not the random time contest. Anyways, what's going on with ETH? I don't know. Everything kind of got pooed on, man. It's interesting. It's really interesting to watch this happen. We literally had the most bullish news possible, in my opinion, the China U.S. trade deal situation. And the market dumped. The market dumped on it, which blows my mind. Literally blows my mind. Next daily close, March 8th, 2026. Right. No, I should be able to make them, just not... I'm probably going to miss more than I had missed previously. Does that make sense? But he said, I am wrecked. We are wrecked. We are all wrecked. What? Gordon Brands of Brooklyn said, "Dot your mom." Yeah, that's Philly. I will say, out of everyone for the daily close contest and all their clever ways of submitting, Philly is definitely the most creative. So with ETH, I don't know. We're just in a downtrend now. We were in like an uptrend, if you can really call it that. It is kind of, I guess technically speaking, there's a slight tilt to it. You know, there is a pitch, and now we are in a downtrend. Just so happens that the downtrend pitch is a little more dramatic than the uptrend. Instead of daily close, just do 8 p.m. EST close. See, everyone keeps saying that. Everyone keeps saying that. I don't make the rules, man. Talk to George Bush. I think he's still around. Solana, I suppose. I don't know. There's not much to talk about for any of these. We're oversold on the 4-hour time frame for ETH. We are no longer oversold. Potential bullish crossover the moving average and the RSI coming. But that only gave us a little temporary relief earlier. We do got bullish div. Again, though, that bullish div points to the RSI eventually trading higher and the price eventually trading lower. Chewy said bear market is here. That's what's going on, bro. I mean, by definition, Bitcoin has not entered a bear market. We haven't crossed below the 50. So, I believe by your own belief, Chewy, you are incorrect. This is driving me crazy. This ad blocker crap. Market dumped on bullish news equals sentiment gone. I think retail's gone. I think retail's been gone. Have you guys seen the views on the streams? It's just a shutdown that we are all waiting to end so we can scam pump, then the end. See, I don't think crypto market's ever going to end. I just think that we're going to go through these same exact situations that we've been going through for, not 20 years, like 10, 15 years. And everyone's going to lose their minds every time it happens. Once we cross the 50, it's too late. I mean, then it is what it is. If we're going into a bear market, then we're going into a bear market. You got to deal with that accordingly. Fahid said retail is addicted to gambling apps and gambling games, not crypto anymore. I didn't even know that. They're addicted to, like, blue chip stocks. Retail literally, like, got smart and moved on to, like, viable investments. because apparently crypto is just not number go up anymore, which is very sad. But it happens. What are you gonna do? Solana. Solana's continuously oversold. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave, point to the upside. Unconfirmed green dot on market cipher as a whole, but whew, look at that. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Like the flat line lingering, significantly oversold on the 4-hour time frame. Unfortunately for Solana, when it dumps, like when Solana does its bear market thing, it does its bear market thing hard. And maybe this was only an isolated incident because of FTX, but Solana's bear market bottom was like almost single digit. It went down to, I think it went down to single digits at one point, which is actually insane. It did. It crossed below $10 at one point. OG guys are selling mass amounts. What mass amounts do they have? They're selling at a loss? You're probably right. To be completely honest, guys, if you did dollar cost average, you are probably significantly green. And I don't want to be that guy. You know, this sucks. It's boring. Nobody likes this. But if you accumulated during the bear market, you are probably in profit right now, significantly. Chewy said, wait for the bounce, then get out. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, selling or shorting? Who? Fahid said, has to be one last scam pump for sure. I agree. The sentiment makes me laugh. It does. It really does. All it takes is a couple days, like 1 or 2 days, little double-digit candles, and everyone's insisting that we're going into the bear market again. I've watched it happen. We've watched it happen like 20 times. But oh well. Yeah, Solana's oversold. It's maintaining that oversold territory. Even the volume is flipping us off. Tell me that's not a middle finger. You know what I mean? That's funny stuff. Total 3. Okay, so we got the total 3 fractal. Was calling for this little dumperoonie. My bounce target, for which I made in October, for infinite upside supercycle moon phase crystal charging chakra aura. By the way, full moon coming up. So we did kind of call that this dump with the full moon. I'm just saying. Not financial advice. Is 925 billion, and we are at 940 billion right now. We get a little more dumpage. Everybody's shorts. They all poop their pants and open up shorts. And we get a nice little pump. Get a little pumperoonie. And then everybody insists that it's a scam pump. And then this is the actual beginning of the bull market right here. Not financial advice. This is just me illustrating what the fractal could do if this fractal is to be believed. Fractal is just an idea. It is what it is. But yeah. Total 3. As of right now, number go down. We are oversold here. We do got a green down on the momentum wave. We'll see if we get a bounce there. ADA's at 0.47 cents to daily close. My bounce target was 58 cents. It went down to 55. So that being said, since we lost 58, there's potential for us to unfortunately go down to 50, maybe even 48. So keep an eye out on that if you're a trader or not. The lower trend line did get a little reaction, but I'm not putting too much faith into this, if I'm being completely honest. We are oversold, and we did get a green dot on the momentum wave, pointing to the upside. So we'll see if we get any reactions out of that. Unfortunately, I have some ancient retrace target at 42 cents from probably like Easter, like the original Easter morning, the original one. So there's a possibility of us going down to 42 cents for some reason. Jesus, take the wheel. SNEK is right at 1997. That was a great year. Below 20, we did call it. When did we call it? Around October 16th. We said if we lose this 30 cent or this 0.3 of a cent, they're probably going down to 2. And that's exactly what happened. We got a break, resistance, a little midpoint support, resistance at that wick, and now we're back down at 2. Are we going to lose 2? I don't know. It's oversold on the 4-hour. Let's check the dailies, actually. I'm going to go through Bitcoin on the daily. Bitcoin is definitely not oversold on the daily. No, it's right at 40. Doesn't look too bad, honestly. This is definitely a descending broadening wedge, or whatever that one guy calls it, a bullish trumpet pattern, which I've never heard of, but it's kind of funny. Chewy said I got 35% out after that last pump. Giovanni said it's crazy. I sold a lot of ETH last pump. I'm really debating. I thought it said deading. Still, whether next pump I take another half or the rest. What about you, Gourmet Brands? Gourmet Brands Brooklyn. Oh, ad blocker detected. Oh no. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, I don't know. I'm not buying it. Seems there's more to it. I think they are swapping in stables because they need money because of shutdown. Ooh, that's a good theory. In case anyone was wondering, the play that my daughter was in, that my fiance co-directed, was phenomenal. Amazing show. If you guys have like a local theater, or if you guys have any kind of local shows or anything doing any kind of spooky anything, go to it. Or just go to it in general. Support your local theater. Support your local arts. Even just the high school. It's a ton of fun. Billy said, JJ, is this a typical bull market 30 to 40% pullback, or is this way worse? Everyone says that something's always way worse than it is. So Bitcoin, every single bull market does have 30 to 40% pullbacks. Unfortunately, this time, alts are really taking it like the worst way possible. Oh yeah, apparently MXC is like holding people's funds. If it is a 30 to 40% pullback, I'm going to do it from the top. Bitcoin could, and everyone's going to go, oh, the 50 week moving average or whatever. I don't really give a crap about that. That's one indicator. If we do 20%, then we're going down to 99.7. That would be a 20% pullback for Bitcoin. Alts do like 3 to 5x minimum what Bitcoin does. So 5x 20% is 100%. So technically speaking, if it gets way worse, alts are going to 0. It's not funny. Okay. This is serious, guys. Oh, that was funny. That was a good one. Anyways, the volume looks really good, regardless of what happens. So sorry. I was trying in my brain. I was like, I gotta say these numbers, and then I said it, and I was like, oh shit, that's bad math. That's 0. That math checks out to 0. Tom Selleck's code said, when it pulls back, it's after alts have pumped also. Alts basically have been flat and then got rocked. Alts have had no pumps to make up for the pullbacks. I mean, that's semantics at that point. Giovanni said, me too. Cope laughing. Oh yeah, hard for sure. I've gotten involved in my local theater. That's how copium, I'm like overdosing on copium. Chewy said alts are dead this run. Alts have been dead since last run. There's no, what run? There's no this run. It will be known as the Bitcoin only bull run this cycle. Crypto Gamer for the win said, I keep buying the dips and it keeps going lower. LOL. My favorite is the Anakin meme where he's like, buy the dip, and he's like, with what money? It's so good, dude. It's so good. But yeah, Chewy, you might be right, man. You might be right. Regardless, Bitcoin's not oversold on the daily. So there's still more downside potential. We should do an entire stream where we only like FUD and we only like let's do like a bear maxing stream, and then we'll do a bull maxing stream afterwards. That'd be really funny, because then people can like take like whichever clips out of whichever stream and share it around and be like, oh my gosh, this guy said this crazy bearish thing. And then somebody else will reply and be like, but he also said this crazy bullish thing immediately afterwards or something. Solana had a legacy uptrend from April. Oh my gosh, actually, this might be bad for Sol specifically. Solana, and see, I say that, but we can clearly observe here, I guess that's a lower high, so maybe this is different. But we can clearly observe here a uptrend, a little slumpy downtrend situation, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, where we're going to have another downtrend, and then is it going to go higher after? I don't know. I have no clue. Solana, in order for Solana to get really bad to the point where I'm like bearish and losing faith, I would have wanted to see Solana break below 100. Which is that's a huge chunk right now. Everyone's going to be like, what do you mean 100? That's a 40% drop. I know. I'm fully aware. 100 should hold for Solana. If it doesn't, then it's getting really spicy. Vahid said, at least Jelly exploded again for a second time in a few dash 2. Dash, I think, was the third privacy one. what I want to know is, why is Monero suddenly being black sheep? What did Monero do? I thought that they were like number one. Now suddenly they're getting cast out, thrown out with the bathwater. Anyways, Solana, big fat red daily candle, down 11.53%. I want to look at the RSI and all these. We are not oversold on the daily for Solana. Total threes also not oversold. ADA, it's close, but it's not oversold. It was back here, so technically, if we get a bounce here, we could have bullish div, which would not be the good kind. That would be price continuing downside eventually, with a little temporary uptrend, while the RSI continues up. Giovanni said at random ass coins. That's, I mean, to be fair, we did look at the privacy coins situation, and Dash, I think, was the third one. It was Zcash, Monero, and then Dash. So I was fully expecting Dash to pump. Fear and greed is about to enter extreme fear. My opinion, it probably should be there already. Literally, the entire chat is asking about the bear market, which is probably the perfect time to bounce. Fahid said, don't even know why Solana dumped that hard. I don't think Solana even knows why it dumped that hard. That is a big dump. Solana did the worst yesterday. ADA held up better than Solana. And that's weird. And that's coming from an ADA person. I have no clue why Solana got decimated like that. That actually surprised me. SNEK. SNEK is oversold, which is nice for them. Good for them. Hopefully they bounce. The wick got filled on SNEK, which is interesting. XRP. Man, every time I'm like, I should open up a short on XRP. I don't do it, and then it dumps hard. Philly said, if Solana goes below 100, then we are in a bear market, meaning the panic selling leads to more panic selling, and it continues straight to a bear market, possibly accurate. I have no idea. It depends on what your definition of a bear market is. Some people have different views and stuff like that. Personally, I mean, I guess, to me, a bear market is like a 1 year long downtrend, really crappy, horrible time. If I'm being completely honest, it feels like the past month has been that situation. No matter what happened, stuff continued down and sentiment was just complete garbage, and everyone was bearish and thinking that we were going to zero, which is what I remember the bear market being like. When Bitcoin topped and people finally realized that it wasn't gonna like bounce and make a third all-time high, that is what I feel like October was. The entirety of October, which is weird because we never got to like the top and then the grind down, the prolonged bear market situation that leads to that sentiment. We just were instantly in like the worst possible scenario sentiment for the market. Everyone insisted that it was over. And I think that's weird. I think that's weird. That is completely weird. We've never had anything like this before. Giovanni said, yet I can't get myself to press this damn buy button. 1 year. So we're in one for the last couple of months. That's possible. That's also possible. Philly said, no way, a bear market would be way worse. I disagree. Philly, you were there with me. This has been so much worse. There's no one here. There's no one here. There's nobody here. I don't know. We did. There's been no euphoria. It's been nothing but like doom posting. Like you can get like the like occasional like bullish people will be like, oh my gosh, this is exciting for like 1 day if you're lucky. And then instantly right back to like bear posting, FUD, crazy. There isn't even copium. There's just like people are just angry and sad or gone entirely. People have completely left the space. And I really truly believe that. And I don't know, it's been such a weird market. I can't even call it a bull market. I genuinely don't believe that we have experienced a bull market yet. Bitcoin, I guess at this point, if you want to say, yes, Bitcoin experienced a bull market, sure. Bitcoin did experience a bull market. It experienced a very large bull trend, similar to what a bull market would be like. But in my opinion, in order for crypto to experience a bull market, it has to be more than just Bitcoin. And that's why the maxis are like, Bitcoin is not crypto. Bitcoin is its own thing. Don't call Bitcoin crypto. Meh, meh, meh. They're like the most insecure group of people in the world. Gotta give them credit, though. So far, they were right. What are you gonna do? Anyways, XRP, not oversold. I'm just going to click through these bad boys right now. I'm on the daily. HBAR, definitely not oversold. SWE, almost oversold. Ondo, not. Or I guess also almost. Arrow, not oversold. Pinlink, not oversold. How is Pinlink not oversold? Pinlinks look like garbage. Render, almost oversold. Stellar, almost oversold. Dot, almost. Barcoin, almost, I guess. Cass, not really. Avalanche might actually be over. No, getting a little reaction there. Pretty close though. Pretty close for Avalanche. What I like to see though, look at this. Everyone's gonna freak out about this. How many days have we been on the bearish side of the momentum wave? On the bearish side of market cipher. Eventually, that's gonna pop back up. We've seen it before. Let me see if there's any prolonged right here. Look at that. That was a bottom. This was a bottom right here. All of that bearishness, and then it went boom. What if it does that same thing? Meanwhile, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I think we're entering a bear market. I'm going to sell 50% of my bags every day. And I know I'm not making fun of people with a plan, but the people that are like whining and crying, the people that are assholes, I guess, as the people that are assholes are the people that I'm making fun of. Mr. Roberts said, hey, JJ. Hello, all. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Billy said, if people are gone or have left, what keeps crypto from dying out altogether except Bitcoin and ETH? The money that's there still. So no matter what, there's money changing hands. I think the October 10th thing was a really big indicator that people have left entirely. Because before, let's say last bull market, you had this much money in and out of the space. So even if like this much got liquidated, up here, you had this much still supporting it. This much was still good to go. This time around, you only have this much money in the market because all of these people left. Those people are gone entirely. So there's this much liquidity, let's say. And then, boom, there's a huge liquidation event. So all of this gets liquidated, that $19 billion. So this teeny tiny little amount left down here, that is who's left to foot the bill. This is all the people that are actually still here participating after those giant liquidations. You see what I mean? The less liquidity, less volume, more potential for manipulation, more potential for cascading liquidations, all of that stuff. It does not take billions of dollars to move a multi-billion-dollar asset. Market cap is not how much money is actually there. Market cap is just the value multiplied by what people are willing to pay right now. There isn't actually, $1 trillion sitting in Bitcoin right now. Or $2 trillion. There isn't actually $2.1 trillion sitting in Bitcoin right now. People are just willing to pay $106,000 per Bitcoin. So if you multiply that by the 19.94 million Bitcoins circulating, you get $2.12 trillion. Does that make sense? So let's say everyone on the planet stops selling their Bitcoin entirely. And there's one guy. Nobody's buying, nobody's selling. It is a stalemate. Everyone's just happy. They're like, we have Bitcoin, whatever. The other people that don't have it, they're like, I don't have Bitcoin. I don't want it. I don't care. There's no buys, no sells. And then I come along and I say, I want one whole Bitcoin, but I'm only willing to pay $5 for it. And I put that buy order out there. And then Philly's like, I'm done with Bitcoin. I'm happy. I made my billions of dollars. I'm going to sell one Bitcoin right now. And I'm just going to mash the market sell button because I just want to be done with it. And he hits market sell. My $5 Bitcoin buy order would get hit. And I would get that whole Bitcoin for $5. Now the price would probably immediately spike back up to 106K. But that's the whole liquidation volume situation. Now, I guess with Bitcoin, it's a bit extreme. There's probably going to be people in the chat that are going to be like, that would never happen. Yeah, it's a hypothetical scenario. Of course, it would never happen. But it could. It could happen. Anyways, that's what I think happened on October 10th. I think that there's way less people in the market. Therefore, less liquidity, less volume. Maybe it's all institutional. Maybe it all moved to ETFs. We actually read the statistic the other day that most ancient Bitcoin whales are actually selling their Bitcoin and moving the funds to buy it via ETF because it's regulated. Crypto is still not regulated. Billy said, JJ, in my opinion, is Bitcoin and alts seem like they're currently unsustainable because of the whale manipulation. I don't even know if there is whale manipulation, to be completely honest. There could be. And that's another issue, is with how thin the liquidity and volume is. Anyone with a couple million dollars, let's call it a couple $1 million, can manipulate the entire market. The ad blocker thing is driving me crazy. Piotr GXRP said, bull run finish, MACD death cross coming on monthly Bitcoin, no altcoin season. The MACD, the death cross is such a lagging indicator. Every time it happens, the market rebounds almost immediately afterwards because the death cross is like for 3 months ago data. It's kind of a meme, in my opinion. No offense. Wait for altcoin 90% drop. I think we already got that. But, I mean, yeah, you might be right, man. You might be right. Yeah, if that's the case, then 365 days from October 10th, we should have a market bottom, and we'll be beautiful, good to go. So October 10th, 2026 is when we load up, guys. October 10th, 2026 is when we load up. I'll be here every step of the way. Appreciate you guys. Cheers. What do we got next? Chainlink. Are we brave enough to short alts? LOL. Oh, I've been thinking about it. I think I'm actually going to build a head short. I'm going to wait to see if they rebound at all. But if you think about it, you head short. If you do it with enough money and low enough leverage so you don't get liquidated, but high enough to where it matters, when you get to the bottom, you probably have doubled the size of your bags. You know what I mean? Like if you, let's say you have a $20,000 portfolio and you short with like $200, $300, $400 with the right amount of leverage. So again, you don't get liquidated. And then by the time you get to the bottom, 90%, let's call it, you have $20,000 in profit in your short position, and your alts are only worth like $100 or whatever. I mean, that seems kind of like a no-brainer to me. Giovanni said, in my not so expert opinion, narrative follows price, not vice versa. Narrative follows price. Like people make up the story after the price moves. I feel like that's what happens. There's an old saying from like a very popular or very well-known investor that's like, you show me the candle, I'll show you the news article that caused it, or something like that. Like there's always going to be news churning out. And if you want, you can choose to think like, oh, this was the cause because this article was published on that day. Like nobody really actually cares. Giovanni said, I'll never use leverage again after seeing what happened. Even 2x got liquidated. Can't trust him. Right. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. We got to make our own, perp decks. That's the way to do it. Okay. Chainlink daily not oversold. The Chainlink fractal might be in shambles. This might be the last we see of the Chainlink fractal. Oh no, get out of here. I don't know what to tell you guys. We might be entering a bear market. Doge. Oh, Doge is up 1%. Not oversold. Near, not oversold. What is this? Pengu. Pengu is oversold. Interesting. It did break down out of its falling wedge as well. So we got our fake out to the upside. And we got our actual break to the downside. So now I suppose we just wait for that to play out. Billy said, Giovanni, I was using 2x. I lost 1K on October 10th. Ooh, that hurts, man. That hurts. Silver. Interesting. See, what I want to know here now is if we are entering the bear market, shouldn't these safe haven assets pump even more? You know what's interesting is I see a head and shoulder here, which played out. I also see an inverse head and shoulder here. Is that going to play out as well? Because I think that would just put it right back up at the same price. That'd be kind of funny. What if it just did that for like 8 years? The same patterns over and over again. You know how mad people would be? Oh my gosh. I mean, they're already mad. The silver people were so desperate. I'm glad that they actually got like a real pump because I know a lot of silver heads They deserve it. You know, they've been waiting longer than we've been waiting. If I gotta wait another year, then I gotta wait another year. Why does MicroStrategy or Strategy, why would they change their little logo to the Big B Coffee Bee? It looks like Big B Coffee. Am I crazy? Do you guys know Big B Coffee? Come on. Big B Coffee. That is the same thing. Look at the B for strategy. Big B Coffee, strategy. Big B Coffee, strategy. Come on, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think strategy is screwed. Unless something really big changes soon, I think they are so screwed. And again, this is where we get into the issue because prices go down and then eventually influencers, whoever, flip and they go, oh my gosh, this looks so bad, I wouldn't touch this. And that's usually the bottom. You're supposed to buy when others are fearful. I am afraid for strategy right now. However, it's a great entry point. If you do believe in them, you got a confirmed green dot on Market Cipher, which is very, very rare. It was on the Pico bottom of this bad boy right there. Are you going to get a rebound? I hope so. Otherwise, Michael Saylor might have some splaining to do. Regardless, you know, I don't really care. If I'm being honest, my ad blocker is the most concerning thing in my life right now. NASDAQ. The 4 hour, yep, 25,896. I mean, it looks fine. So does the S&P. Everything's sideways and weird. I like Fahid pointing out the government shutdown. Look at that. That is a big drop indicator. Now, is it going to find support? Probably. Ben Cowan's going to go shirk off to his computer screen. Good for him. I'm excited for him. I am. Bitcoin 107, 140 even. Not a whole lot going on. We got a little inverse head and shoulder scenario going on your 4 hour RSI. It's kind of fun to look at. Green dot on the momentum wave as well, signaling some temporary upside. Can we get some relief here? Can we get a dead cat bounce so that all of our friends and family can exit before the actual bull run? I hope so. What do we got next? I mean, we kind of went through everything. Arrow getting a nice little 2% rebound off of that 84, 85 level. What else? What else? What else? I mean, alts are doing their little dead cat bounce thing, which is great. You know, if they fully recover, then we'll call it a living cat bounce, like JJ said. It effing hurt. Yeah, dude, that hurts. 1K loss hurts. Even if you're a billionaire, 1K loss hurts. You know what I mean? You can lie to yourself all you want. James Wynn. But we see who you really are. No, I'm not going to lie. I thoroughly dislike that James Wynn guy. I want to go check out Aster really quick because, yes, CZ was pumping it. I tried to short it, and I don't remember if I chickened out or if it wasn't available or something stupid. Or maybe it was Zcash that I was trying to short. I don't know. I'm hunting for shorts right now, which means we're probably going to bounce and go up from here. I am in a midterm position. I am underwater in a midterm position, but it is very small midterm position. Gourmet Brands, oh, I'm sorry. Fahid said, I've lost more than any time in my life. All year 2025 has been something terrible, but new. Billy said, people have warned me for a long time about using leverage. I figured it's the bull run. How can I go wrong, right? Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, rumor has it that government shutdown end this week as Dems wanted to juice the votes for the local elections. What? I mean, I hope it ends this week. I think that'd be incredibly bullish. Should we? So here's my situation. Polymarket is calling for the government shutdown to take forever, basically. Like, it's never going to stop. We can bet against that and win a butt ton of money. Should we do that? I think that would be kind of fun. Where is it? Government shutdown. When will the government shutdown end? Okay, we got January 31st, November 16th. Why is there so many of them? There's two here. This one has 1.4 million in volume. This one has 6. Okay, so this is the official one. When will the government shutdown end? These people, majority of them, what is the number one? November 16th or later? So we can bet against them. Should we try that? I think it'd be kind of fun. Picklebrick9 said, hey guys, what's going on? Picklebrick9. Philly said, Fahid, I lost 15K in 2021. You're not alone, man. Fahid said, ouch, Philly, ouch. Ouch. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make light of it. It just made me think of ET. We've all definitely lost a butt ton of money. I will say that. It is the price of admission in crypto. It is the price of admission. Arrow up 2.39% on the day. Looking good. You guys got any alts you want to show? Feel free. I'm happy to look at anything you guys call out in the chat. I'm interested in this Polymarket thing. I might actually bet against this November 16th because I think that there's good money there. I mean, we could technically just bet against a good chunk of them and possibly win a good amount of money. Fahid said, see what I mean? Things like Polymarket, all these betting apps is where retail ran to, lol. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right. Let's go through the news articles, I guess. Nobody's got any shills. Everyone's alts are down bad, so it's kind of no fun. News articles. We've got a rumor. There's a rumor that Wintermute may be preparing to sue Binance over the October liquidation crisis, over unfair ADL executions during the October 10th crash that wiped out nearly 20 billion in positions. Binance admitted system overloads and massive ADL triggers, but denied any preferential treatment or internal errors. Wintermute CEO Evgeny Gavoy, that's an unfortunate name, said they're evaluating legal options, though no official lawsuit has been filed yet. If true, it could shake the market, though whales will surely use this FUD for their own gain. Philly said stocks were the way to go, Philly. Yeah. Stocks are still the way to go. My stock portfolio. Can I see the overall performance of my portfolio? Where do I look at that? Like, besides the stupid little chart on Robinhood. Oh my lord. Okay, maybe the stock market wasn't the good way to go. Looking a little doo-doo today. What's going on? Everything's down. What the heck? Okay, where do I see, like, my overall performance? I feel like Robinhood could be laid out so much better. It kind of looks like crap. I mean, I'm green. Depending on what time frame you look at. Shill your stocks. None of them are that great, if I'm being completely honest. My stocks, my favorite is Applied Digital. I also like Plug. Philly doesn't like Plug because he lost a little bit of money on it. I just bought. Ooh, this one's up 8.88%. So with the China deal, this one's gonna sound weird. With the decrease, the alleged decrease in fentanyl coming to the United States, the crackdown, I bought some Indivior. Indivior is the primary manufacturer of Suboxone. Suboxone is used to treat opioid withdrawal, whatever, withdrawal from painkillers. A lot of people are going to need Suboxone if there's less fentanyl in the air. You know what I mean? So I don't have dividends. I don't even know what dividends are, if I'm being completely honest. But my Indivior is up 8.88% today. I'm pretty excited about that. What else? I bought some of the stupid Krispy Kreme stock when Fahid called the top by talking about it. I got some Viking Therapeutics. I don't remember why. I have Mattel because they put Uno in casinos. That was a dumb one. I think I'm down on that. That one was pretty stupid. I have a small amount of AMD, which is doing really good. That one, Flexa called out AMD. He kind of killed it with that one. And that's pretty much it. I got Kodak for some reason. I'm up on that, but it's small bag. Dividends, just put it this way, you're sharing profits with you. Oh, okay. Maybe I do. I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Mr. Robbers, JJ Stock Corner. I mean, cryptic is supposed to be creepy, and nothing's creepier than losing all of your life savings in cryptocurrency, so Cryptic Corner still works. Oh, man. Billy said, I would have been up so much money if I never entered crypto. Oh, PickleRick9 said, Clash? How's Clash doing? Don't talk about Clash. It better be doing good. I bought some of that, too. Where the hell is George? What a stupid coin. I feel bad, but like, I mean, it's up. It's up. No, it's not. This looks like crap. What the hell, George? I thought he was working hard. Well, Clash is taking a doo-doo along with the rest of the market. Anyways, let me finish reading this crap. You guys can look at this stupid Bitcoin chart. Farcoin, why is it dead? Dude, everyone hates Farcoin. Every time I see anybody talking, they're like, Farcoin, I hate this coin. I'm like, what? Are you crazy? Like, on all the streamers and stuff, they're like, Farcoin is so stupid. I'm like, whoa. How do you not like farts? Are you a man? You guys got low testosterone. If you guys hate Farcoin, you have low testosterone. I recommend you get your testosterone checked out. Let's see. Billy's or Fahid said, see what happens. See what I mean? Things like poly. Okay, yep, I read that already. Stocks have been great to me for now. Giovanni said, shill your stocks. JJ Stock Corner. Okay, Mr. Robert said, Fahid, I've lost more in the last half a year than I ever have to, but I also gained 4 times more than I ever have in the last 2 years. I'll take that trade again all day long. There you go. Little silver lining. Looks like Fahid in 2021, I was in stocks as a new investor. I dumped all stocks, even at a loss, to buy crypto. See, that's another thing. People pivot, and that's why my brain, I'm like, I can never sell a whole bag. I will never sell a whole bag. I think that that's the craziest thing on the planet that you can do. Always keep a little bit, because if it goes up 10x, then you got 10x what you had in there. Or you can just miss it entirely, which sucks. Fahid said, nice, robbers, as long as you're up in that time frame, it's fine. Pickwick9 said, do you have any dividends? Fahid said, yeah, Philly. I know what you mean. You used to be big on stocks. Crypto came. Ugh, dividends. Okay, yep, Giovanni said, I thought about trying to get a good dividend ETF, but I'm weary. LVHI returns look insane. I thought it could be a good recession hedge, too, but it's still pretty new. Philly said, JJ, I have one AMD, and I'm up nicely. Yeah, dude, Flexa killed it with that AMD call. Picklebrick9 said, he better work harder. Who's he? Mr. Robert said, farts are the funniest forever and always. I every time somebody says that, I explain to them, even if they don't see, because I'm in like a random YouTube chat, that it is my dream to finance a mortgage with Farcoin. I think that would be great. Okay. Let's get back to our news articles. We've got Tom Crown specifies that we are now entering step 2. Number 1 is damn, wish I bought. Step 2 is haha, I was right not to buy. F buying this shit. And then number 3 is just F. Oh, George better work harder. I agree, Pickerick9. I agree. I'm gonna have a word with him. We are all George, so I mean, just tell me, and then he'll, I think, by default, hear it. Does that make sense? We're a hive mind, not a cult. I think it's time to get back to uploading video game playthroughs, since crypto's taking a doo-doo. $140 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 60 minutes. That was 21 hours ago. President Trump says he only cares about one thing. Will we be number 1 in crypto? Probably not if you keep pooping the price down. President Trump says China is getting very big into Bitcoin and crypto. I don't know where, but sure. Michael Saylor's strategy buys 397 Bitcoin worth $43 million. I miss at the time where they used to call these Bitcoins with like plural. That cracks me up, dude. Ripple launches digital asset spot prime brokerage services in the United States. I think XRP is gonna. I think that might be a good short. I'm not gonna lie. Chainlink. There's so many Chainlink things today that are doing 1,000% what XRP claimed that they were going to be doing. I think Chainlink is going to replace XRP entirely. It might take a minute for people to see it, but they're doing what XRP's claimed. So, Amazon announced a $38 billion partnership deal with OpenAI. Fed's Goldsby says there is still a golden path for the U.S. economy. I don't know what the hell that means. $570 million worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 60 minutes. Guys, praise the Lord. Nancy Pelosi will not seek re-election this year. Let's go! Let's go! Thank you, whoever is responsible for this. George Bush. Thank you, George Bush. I can't. She looks like a zombie. Odds of Bitcoin falling under $100,000 this month rise to 52% at Polymarket. Oh no! Giovanni said, "Let's go, dude." I couldn't be more excited. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if she's fallen. I think Elizabeth Warren has. If a politician falls while they are in office, even if they're at home, while they're like actively serving in the government, they need to be removed instantly. You cannot physically support your human body because you are so fucking old. Why on earth should you be doing anything in the government to represent people that can stand up on their own 2 feet? Blows my mind. Blows my mind. Tom Salescope said copying her stocks made me so much money. I hope she goes to prison. I do. I think that would be freaking hilarious. Biggest hypocrite on the planet. Marty Party posted white collar replaced by AI, blue collar replaced by robotics. The downfall of tech jobs in California will be studied for years to come. The percentage of U.S. tech jobs located in California is now below 2008 levels. I don't think he understands this statistic. They just moved out of California. NVIDIA. The U.S. is allowing Microsoft to ship NVIDIA AI chips to use in the UAE for the first time. NVIDIA stock rises 2% on the news. Wow. Tom, now she'll trade even more, right? Yeah, she won't have to worry about the insider trading thing because she won't be inside. She'll have somebody else inside texting her. She was attending No Kings rallies. Insane. Dude, they probably had to help her stand. The wealth gap is broadening. The top 10% of U.S. households now hold 87% of all U.S. stocks owned by households, with the top 1% alone owning 50%. By comparison, the remaining 90% hold just 13%, while the bottom 50% hold only 1%. On top of this, the top 10% control 84.4% of all private businesses and 43.9% of all real estate. In total, the top 10% of households reflect 67.3% of the nation's entire wealth. The wealth gap has never been bigger. You know what's going to be really funny? When these people go to sell all of their houses and nobody buys them, and then they lose all of their money and they end up homeless. I think that would be really funny. Next, we've got Amazon and OpenAI agreeing to a $38 billion deal to expand compute capacity. How about you fix your cloud storage, Amazon, before you do any of this stuff? Because I think AWS went down again this past week. That's like the 3rd or 4th time this month. I'm sorry. They have a new month now. November has started, so maybe they're doing a little bit better this month. But it got pretty ugly there for a minute. Amazon stock surged over 6%, announcing the $38 billion deal with OpenAI. We are now receiving daily multi-billion-dollar AI deals. Wow! OpenAI has now signed $500 billion Stargate deal, $100 billion NVIDIA deal, $100 billion AMD deal, $38 billion Amazon deal, $25 billion Intel deal. That's kind of sad. Why did Intel only get 25 and AMD got 100? $20 billion TSMC deal, $13 billion Microsoft deal, $10 billion Oracle deal, multi-billion-dollar Broadcom deal, launched a browser to compete with Chrome, become the world's most valuable private company, and considered $1 trillion IPO by 2027. We are in the midst of a generational technological revolution. Should it be so centralized, though? You know what I mean? I guess I hope that all of these investments count as diversification, because imagine if OpenAI becomes like the central hub of the planet, and then oops, it goes down or something. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, oh, the planet can't function because OpenAI is closed for business today. What are we gonna do if that happens? I'm just saying. We got global stock markets reaching a record $148 trillion in market cap in October. This marks a 19.3% year-over-year increase, well above the historical average. Since the 2020 low, world stock markets have added 75 trillion in market cap, or 97%. Over the last 20 years, global market cap has grown at a 7.3% compound annual growth rate, more than quadrupling from 35 trillion in 2005. The recent tech boom has driven the steepest acceleration, with markets adding 40 trillion in value over the last 2 years. We are witnessing one of the greatest global rallies in history. Yes, exponential growth. The U.S. government shutdown is now expected to last through Thanksgiving until December 1st, according to Polymarket. This would mark a 61-day shutdown, almost doubling the record. Air traffic controllers now short over 3,000 employees. What is happening here? If they want, I would gladly, I will go, perform air traffic control for like 20 grand a month. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. I'll even do it. I'll cover 2 guys for 20 grand a month. Give me a call. Spirit, Ryanair. Who else is there? American Airlines. Give me a call. I'll do it from home as well. Just set up a little ring cam in the ATC tower. That's probably such a bad joke. It's actually quite dark. My bad. I'm sorry. Palantir stock surges over 7% after reporting stronger than expected Q3 2025 earnings. Wow. Breaking, the delinquency rate on commercial mortgage-backed securities for offices surged 63 basis points in October to a record 11.8%. What the hell was that? This is now over a full percentage point above the post-2008 financial crisis peak of 10.7% since... Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Since October 2022, the CMBS delinquency rate has skyrocketed 10 percentage points. At the same time, the delinquency rate for multifamily CMBS jumped 53 basis points to 7.1%, the highest since December 2015. The overall U.S. CMBS delinquency rate rose 23 basis points to 7.46%, the highest in at least 4 years. The commercial real estate crisis is worsening. Good. Oopsie. Good. I think that's funny. Tech Dev, I don't remember saving this. Tech Dev posted, business cycle wise, the macro and macro structure wise, not just Bitcoin. The most recent point of similar market positioning was October 2020. Then Bitcoin 10K, ETH 300, now Bitcoin 100K, ETH 3K. Both sentiment terrible, poetry. Not financial advice, guys. I am still holding out hope. Maybe not even holding out hope. I am still in the belief, the bandwagon. I'm on the bandwagon of a 2026 bull market. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said 10 watching, 2 likes. Are you serious? Let me go refresh, because one of those likes is me. No, I got 9 likes. You got to refresh. Guys, please smash the like button. Really goes a long way for the channel. Appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you, Gourmet Brands Brooklyn. Absolute legend. Oh, also... we're not going to do it now because it's not here, but next time Waterfly shows up, everyone tell him happy birthday. His birthday was a couple days ago. He is now 80 years young and absolute legend among men. So when you see him in the chat, tell him happy birthday. Cointelegraph posted trading volume on Dexus hit a record 613 billion in October, capturing 20% of total crypto exchange activity. There's a nice metric for Fahid. Fahid said like the stream and subscribe if you're new. Thank you, Fahid. Yeah, Fahid, gambling apps, I think that they might actually count as DEXs, so because they are still on crypto. So Pickerick9 said, done, sir. Who is it? Who is who? Waterfly? He's just one of the OGs. Okay, next we got Whale 0xC2A3. Everybody knows him. We all love him. Women love him. Men want to be him. Closed his Bitcoin long with 13x leverage and partially exited ETH and Sol, facing over 18 million in losses after previously earning 33 million. Even whales with a ridiculously large amount of money are stupid. Mr. Roberts said, happiest of birthdays, Waters. Mr. Roberts, save it for when he's here. He's probably sleeping. He's got to get that early bird special at the Bob Evans in the morning. Cointelegraph posted, CoinGlass reports $34 million Bitcoin USDT long position on HTX was liquidated in a single order. Damn. Imagine having $34 million to just be like, I'm going to open a long. Throw 34 mil. Whatever. What do I got? Let me deposit. There's just a couple mil. 34? Yeah. And you just get liquidated. You're like, you get the little alert on like your custom Apple smartwatch. You're like, oh, damn. Oh, well, what's another 34 millions? I don't know how they talk. In case you can't tell, I don't think I've ever met somebody with $34 million that they're gambling in cryptocurrency on. Okay. Can ChatGPT predict crypto crashes? It cannot time them, but it can flag risk. October 2025 showed the pattern, tariff headlines, then a liquidation cascade that erased billions. If-then scenarios with ChatGPT. Scenario analysis. If Bitcoin implied volatility remains above its 180-day average while open interest stays near record highs and stablecoin inflows to exchange increase 10 to 15%, that seems like so many specific things. Then the probability of a short-term 1 to 2 week drawdown rises to roughly 20%. This is kind of silly in my opinion. I'm sorry. I think AI is going to flood the market with so much gibberish. People are going to just stop doing everything. Crypto funds saw a $360 million in outflows after Fed comments fueled uncertainty, while Solana ETF stood out with $420 million in inflows, led by Bitwise's new staking fund. Very cool. Thank you, Bitwise. Big, Banco, Inter, and Chainlink completed the first cross-border, cross-chain trade between the central banks of Brazil and Hong Kong. Let's freaking go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you take anything away from today's stream, it's that Chainlink is just better. I'm not even a Chainlink guy, but I am going to be continuing my accumulation because I think that they're, like I said, going to replace XRP because they do everything that XRP wished that they could do. Mr. Robert said, my birthday present to Waters is a +1 get out of jail free one-time piss on my closing guess. Oh man, that's a good one. Mr. Roberts, you would have to attend in order for that to happen. You see what I did there? Okay. Ripple is launching digital asset spot prime brokerage services in the U.S. It seems like they're grasping at straws. By the way, Mr. Roberts, the proper response to that is I have to actually be here for the daily close in order for you to attend. Because I missed today. So I should probably shut the hell up. The joke is not lost on me. Okay. Retail Bitcoin inflows to Binance have plunged over 80% since early 2023 as small investors shift to ETFs, hold longer, or move beyond the shrimp category. Very cool. Chainlink partners with FTSE Russell to bring major global indices on-chain for the first time via data link. Also very cool. Thank you, Chainlink. Breaking: President Trump says, I only care about one thing. We will be #1 in crypto. China is getting into it very big. Good job, China. Good job, President Trump. And last but not least, Coinbase CEO said live on CNBC, the Bitcoin crypto market structure bill is about to pass. It's happening. I don't know how. I thought the government was shut down, but thank you, Lex Luthor. He should probably put more white makeup on his entire face, head, and body. He looks way too not white. You know what I mean? There's a little too much color in his skin. I need to see a little more white, a little less flesh. I feel really bad, but dude, can you, you're probably a billionaire. Get a tanning bed or something. All right. What do we got? Market's quiet. Bitcoin's chilling. Let me refresh, see what we're at for likes. We do have 10 likes. Very cool. Appreciate you guys. I guess I'm going to call it. We'll see if we get a little dead cat bounce action. If anything ever happens with crypto, or if we really are entering a bear market, time will tell. I will be here tomorrow. Hopefully on time for the daily close contest. Obviously, we'll see. I will try my best, though. As always, guys, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Happy Monday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.